don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you? That I don't think that he's good. That I
Aiden is the baby that Phaedra was having when she lied about her due date. This thing coming up out of me, I don't know. Phaedra was full term. Phaedra was however many centimeters dilated, sitting up there acting like she didn't know what was what. But this is Aiden, everybody. We watched him do his first day of kindergarten. I got kind of nostalgic looking at Aiden, who is planning, I don't know if it was called a prom, homecoming dance, something like that, and he and Phaedra had a little talk. I love the way Phaedra relates to her sons. She wants us to know that Aiden is considering inviting a little girl. Aiden surprisingly was just saying something about the looks. As long as the little girl's looks are on par, he don't really care anything else. Aiden, you gotta be able to talk to the little girl. So looks might be important to you, that's fine, but make sure she's as smart as you are and she can carry a conversation and you have things in common, which I'm sure with the school that he and Mr. President probably go to, Dylan, Aiden and Dylan, I'm sure that most of the little girls are smart. So I was really glad to see Aiden. We also started out with, they do the little vignettes at the beginning. We got to see old loudmouth Kelly with her little self screaming and hollering up in Shamia's house. Shamia wants us to know. Shamia, I want you to know. Production is mocking you, baby. Shamia had a whole thing about best friend, best friend, best friend. We kind of made fun of her that everybody's her best friend except the lady behind me. This is Porsha walking by me at BravoCon. That's the best image I was able to get of her. But she's got best friend, best friend, best friend. Production has a thing up saying best friends forever. So that is Shamia's thing, BFF. Her and Kelly have a relationship now. They've gotten a lot closer. And they have pictures. I think they've been on vacation together. Shiloh and the baby. I can't remember which one is with Shia, Shiloh, something. The two little Gerald look-alike babies. The doll babies. They're so cute. They are just hugging Kelly. Kelly's happy to see them. Kelly, you too loud around this little baby. The expression that this little baby had, this baby looked just like Gerald. Both of them look 70 years old, but they are so cute. So they greet Kelly. Kelly greets them. Chloe, who got the 17 bags last year for turning 17 during Kelly's first season. Chloe, our internet niece, is now going off to Spelman. I have a niece that graduated from Spelman. It's very prestigious. We all know and love and hold Spelman dear. Shamia, what is this nasty bag of treats that you put on this girl? I don't like this. So Shamia always being super funny in her mind and super cringy in other people's mind. Y'all, that cloak of immunity. I didn't know if Shamia was coming back. It's gonna have to extend. People still think Shamia is corny and cringy, and these are the reasons why. Just roll with me, everybody. I apologize if I'm all over the place. I can't see my notes, and I don't want to risk minimizing the screen because I'm on my phone. But Shamia, this girl, she turned 17 last year and got 17 bags. Why are you giving her alcohol and stuff like that? And you learn how to drink at college. Not everybody do what you did at college, Shamia. We know you's a garden tool. We know that. That's why you and Miss Portia connect so strong. That's why y'all miss each other so badly. I didn't like that gift bag at all. I wasn't feeling it. I would like to think Shamia has better taste, but she's proven me wrong over her past couple of seasons. But I'm gonna stick beside her because I have a feeling a lot of people in the chat are gonna drag Shamia, rightfully so. But I'll try not to be too hard on her. But Shamia, you make it hard. Make it hard. Make it hard. So let me see. Next, I apologize. We have Charles and Angela. Charles and Angela are so much fun. They are the thumbnail because I didn't have all of my Real Housewives of Atlanta's pictures yet. They are the thumbnail. Charles is doing Charles. So we have Angela grilling, lying with a straight face. She's the best cook in the house. And Charles is looking at her. He's getting ready to eat this dry burger, and he actually turns the burger around and shows it to the camera. It did look dry, y'all. It must have been seasoned because he didn't lie about that. He was like, it's pretty good. She's like, it's pretty good. And the plate was a struggle plate. Some of y'all were calling them low vibrational plates. The plate was kind of a mess, but he ate it. Let me see. I feel like I have some more comments in here, but I can't see them. I apologize, y'all. I'm not used to this tiny screen. Oh, let me go in and speak to everybody. If you were here at the beginning, thank you. I did see CC in that comment. Ophelia Burkhalter, good to see you. I'm free to move about the cabin, so excuse the connectivity issues in advance. I'm aboard the lovely Carnival Liberty. We're docked in Cozumel, Mexico, and I'm going to get off and walk around again today. Yesterday, we were in Belize. CDW, thank you. She's saying good morning to everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So we're just giving my opinion on these ladies, these new peaches. This picture is a personal picture that I took out of my collection. I went to BravoCon. If you've been here, you know I went to BravoCon, sitting, resting my feet. Porsha Williams walked right by me, y'all. Walked right by me. And that is the best shot I was able to get without being a creep because she was on her way somewhere clearly. I didn't want to stop her, but that's just her, y'all. Naturally pretty. Naturally, what does Cecil from Married to Medicine say? Ba 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 boom. Portia's a baddie. I'll not take that away from her, but that doesn't stop me from dragging her by her go naked when she needs it. But I was talking about Angela and Charles. Angela and Charles, she's cooking him this dry burger as the best cook in the house. Angela, I think you playing with us because we know you're alive with a straight face. And y'all, Angela Oakley is one of my favorites. So the Sandra Peace Cloak of Immunity is going to extend over Angela this season as well. Enough people going to drag Shamia. So Shamia, you can get under there too. Amari's at the house. This is the one that snuck and got married, and she and Angela were a little bit estranged over that, but they're still close. So he's asking Amari to bring him water. She's like, I guess I'm the maid. You can bring your stepdad a glass of water. It don't make you the maid or any of that. Get the man some water. You know your mom can't cook. So they're sitting there. Angela said, this year, she's so pretty, y'all. She looks great in her confessionals. Refreshed. I don't know. Yeah, Atlanta, you know what they do in Atlanta. Everybody go see Dr. Brandy or whomever else, and they start. But she looks refreshed. She looks beautiful. Angela's pretty anyway. And she is telling us that I'm not paying attention to any rumors this year, but she starts to address a bunch of rumors. Angela, we already forgot this stuff. I forgot about that stupid podcast where, oh, with the water. She says, make sure it's clear and not cloudy. Charles like, what that mean? Charles is forever annoyed with Angela, but he does love Angela and get a kick out of her. That's just how I feel. What that mean? Oh, that means somebody might have drugged it. So she starts rehashing this thing where Production even showed us part of the interview where he's saying, "Oh, I ended up married in Vegas, and I don't know what happened. I didn't say you drugged me, but that's what you were implying, Charles." So Angela's clearing that up. This year, I don't care. They can say he sleeps in a bonnet. They can say, I can't remember everything she said, but just a bunch of silly stuff. Angela, you care. You're going to continue to address it, and you shouldn't. I wish you didn't let these ladies know that Charles was your Achilles heel. Because the likes of Phaedra and Drew and all these other people, if they have it out for you, they're going to poke you right in the Charles, okay? So she's saying that this year she's not going to let any of that bother her. Charles is like, he didn't say that, but Charles, you did say that clearly. And let's see. We see all of last year's rumors. I'm sorry, y'all. We end with her begging for kisses again. Angela, please stop doing that. He's like, nope. Touch my booty? Nope. So Angela is still, I think she might get a kick out of Charles embarrassing her too. Okay, let me see where else we are. Okay, next, I'm sorry, y'all, if we keep going in and out. Next, we have K Michelle and Porsha. Now, K Michelle is known to anybody who watches reality TV. She's also a singer. R&B is where she started. We all know that her mentor is R. Kelly. I even saw K Michelle in concert years ago because we used to go see R. Kelly in concert. My sister's a big fan. There's music of his that I used to like. I can't really listen anymore, but um, K Michelle is R&B and now country music. She's doing a lot of big things. She has Flowers from Beyonce, Country Carter Beyonce, Houston Beyonce, and K Michelle's from Memphis. So she's and Portia, we still think you're dumb. So you can go ahead and give us the Black History facts anyway. Portia is telling us it used to didn't want us in country music. We taking it back. We taking it back. Everybody knows Charlie Pride, all of this. Country music, we don't have to claim country music if it's ours if we want to show up. Now, those long, dry award shows, I wouldn't want to go. But I feel like we can go anywhere we want to go. But I know what Portia's saying. I just feel like she kind of threw this out there so Kay Michelle could jump on it. She starts telling us the record company put her in R&B. Just she's been successful. A lot of people know her if they don't know her music. They know her from Love and Hip Hop. So she is reality TV. Would you say royalty? I don't know if I'd say royalty, but she is reality TV known. I'll say that. And I'll see new comments. Thank you, Cece. Everyone speaking to each other. CC. Okay, I'm glad I got the cloak on Shamia. She gonna need it. Get her, CC. We all know Shamia has no taste. Yeah, this is probably about that horrific basket that she gave a 17 or at the very least newly 18-year-old Chloe to take to college with her, full of nastiness and morning after pills and all kind of stuff. So that's kind of disgusting. Everybody else was speaking to each other. And please like and share the live. Thank you so much, CC. I'm going to click off of my notes. One moment, one moment. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So K Michelle, she's country music, she's R&B. Portia has set her up perfectly to pop her collar, but K Michelle, respect. We know you, we recognize you, we remember you. Good deal for K Michelle. Part of the scene I did like, she's telling us that she was so traumatized by, she calls it Mean Girls. The last time she was in Atlanta, she was dealing with these Mean Girls. Now we all know that means Rashida. Who else was with Rashida? Anyway, she was dating the producer Memphis, who ended up spending a lot of her advance, ended up putting hands and feet on her, and the ladies did not believe her. He had to actually put hands and feet on other people, mainly Lil Wayne's ex-wife, um, until people would believe her. I believed her at first. But K Michelle, was this 15 years ago? You can talk about it as long as you want to, but honestly, at this point, I don't really care. But she's talking about how traumatized she was by Mean Girls. I don't mean to say I don't care, but I couldn't feel sympathy for her because K Michelle's mouth is lethal. And I remember because I watched Love and Hip Hop. I haven't watched it in years. I just watch reviews now. But K Michelle gave as good as she got each and every time. When Rashida's not that quick on the uptake, honestly. I don't dislike Rashida. Rashida's another one that's been groomed. from an early age, 16, 17, and I have compassion when the girls go through that. Even once they're middle-aged women, they still choose to remain. Hey, Beyonce, a lot of y'all. I have compassion for it, so I'm not gonna go in too much on Rashida, but K Michelle, you gave as good as you got in that situation. Okay. That's all I'll say about K Michelle. But she's saying it impacted her, it affected her. She's expecting the peaches to be a little bit more welcoming, a warm welcome. But Atlanta's Atlanta. I think nothing against Atlanta. I have subscribers in Atlanta. I think they are just, they're who they are, and they are, I don't know, little Hollywood or whatever they want to call it. I don't know. I don't know why they treat each other like that within a group of friends, because with me, I'm not staying in a group of friends, a circle of friends that are like that, but I think they do that because they are coworkers and this is their job. So Kay Michelle's telling us how damaged she was by that. I'm glad to see her here. I'm one of the people, I don't know if I thought she's a fit. I'm still gonna wait. Can she wear a first season cloak of immunity? Absolutely. Even though she is a veteran, reality TV veteran, even though she's new to the Peaches. So welcoming K Michelle, we find out that she got married. She tells Porsha, I'm married. And it is the dentist, the one that appeared on the marriage boot camp with her. And now she gave an interview with Jason over at Hollywood Unlocked. He's also the mayor of Stockton, y'all. He's the mayor of Stockton, California, and he's caught up in some kind of scandal. Jason is a trip. I never liked him. I can't believe he's become legitimate. But she did a very lengthy interview with him. There was another man, an NBA coach, that she was supposed to marry. I was trying to listen to Queen Sheba is another channel. She actually did more of a deep dive into the interview. This man that she's been with for 10 years, that is now her husband, her other fiance was an NBA basketball coach. So I don't know who it is yet. She said he played with the Grizzlies, this and that. So Jason tried to get it out of her. She claimed she wasn't going to tell. But Kay Michelle, you can't hold water. I think we'll find out. So that man was almost on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think that would have been a good fit. But I'm glad she didn't marry him if he indeed was mean and all this kind of stuff. So I think it's a good fit with Angela and Charles. I mean, Charles Oakley is the enforcer. He's actually NBA royalty. In my book, he came along with Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Charles Barkley, all those people that just in that time basketball was golden. Charles Oakley was one of the people that were instrumental in that. So I'm glad Charles is on this show. Angela, good job. Let me see. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Shamia and Portia. No, Portia's planning an event, something mystic. She keeps calling it majestic. So, Portia, you either got that from Chat GPT or production named that for you, but it's some type of mystic party. She keeps calling it majestic. She is invited. She gives us a confessional. I've invited all the girls. Good job, Portia, because you're really not bringing much else. We find out she got the house. Kelly, stop calling that Simon's house. That was something else they talked about when she was over Shamia's. Kelly got a little bug in her ear about Portia, and it has to be man related. I'm hearing a little buzz around the YouTube streets about that. We'll hear more about it, I'm sure. But Kelly and Shamia discussed Portia. Portia's planning this event. She's invited all the peaches. That's the right move, Portia. We know Shamia and Portia are no longer friends, but Shamia gets an invitation. Now, Shamia, as Cece said, you're a little tacky. Or as Cece said, actually, you don't have taste. She didn't call you tacky. I kind of called you tacky, but she doesn't have taste. She's pretending that she's not really excited about this invitation. Shamia, I think you are. I think you give anything to be best friends with Portia again. You throw a little Kelly, you throw that little hobbit back over into the woods if you could be best friends with Portia again. But I don't know. I don't mind little feuds and stuff, long as they don't get too nasty with it. But she's kind of debating whether or not she's going to go to this majestic event, mystic event, whatever it is. And Portia saying she invited everybody. She can be cordial with everybody. And Portia knows how it is. She does. Everybody needs the job, wants the job. So, all right, let me go. I see a good comment I want to read. It's rich for K. Michelle to cry about girls being mean to her. Cry me a river. The only point I sympathize with her is about her ex and her abuse. I feel exactly the same way, CC. I didn't even see that comment, and you got exactly what I meant. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I feel. I mean, Memphis is dead wrong for putting hands and feet on her. But again, the way these other ladies treated her and the way she treated them, it was mutual combat. So I don't feel sorry about it. But Portia's throwing this event. Production has told her this is season 17. Y'all left limping after 16, and you're going to invite everybody. And Portia said, okay. So Shamia's invited. Shamia and Pinky, we get introduced to Pinky Cole. I try to withhold real strong opinions on all of them. I'm glad that they're all here. I think all of them have kind of a fit. I don't like Pinky, y'all. I don't like Pinky Cole. She's Pinky Cole of Slutty Vegan. They let her pop her collar. I'm the Fortune 500 this, the Black Enterprise that. Bow, bow, bow. And we've all seen where she's telling Angela, oh, you bankrupt. I could have bought some of your foreclosed homes. Pinky, you bankrupt too. Who's going to buy your foreclosed homes? So Pinky shows up with this husband of suspicious, dubious intent, and I don't care. They've had 3 babies in 3 years. I don't like Pinky, y'all. She's tacky. I give it up for wearing short, natural blonde hair, but other than that, I don't like Pinky. And y'all, here's why I think she's a scammer too. Next Gen NYC, Bravo, when's that coming back? I like Bravo, Next Gen NYC. But Dame Dash of all people was pretending that he's opening a slutty vegan in New York and putting Ava with her lazy, slow self in charge of it. So come on, this is crazy. But she has slutty vegan. Now I won't take away from her that I do know the name. I never had any desire to be vegan or taste any of her cardboard burgers. But okay, Pinky. So she's over at Shamia's. I feel like she was introduced by Phaedra. They're line sisters. They're both deltas. I won't make the movement because I know how y'all get, but they're both deltas. She's at Shamia's getting ready. Shamia's on the phone with Gerald. Gerald is on a flight. Now, we know flights have been crazy for the past few months, if almost a year. We know why. But this is Real Houses of Atlanta. I won't get into that. But Gerald, instead of landing in Atlanta, he's been rerouted to Charlotte. Y'all, that is a frequent occurrence. I believe you, Gerald, but I also know you didn't want to go. So Shamia's in her confessional looking really pretty, saying, I don't know if I wanted to go anyway. This was a group text, this and that. Shamia, you want to go. You still love Portia. But she is going to go. Her and Pinky are going to go. Why are they still getting dressed even though they were waiting for Gerald? Was he going to meet her there? Some of this didn't connect with me, so I don't know. Gerald, you're going to have to show up to these events. And I like Gerald, y'all, but I think Gerald has told Shamia, listen, you can do the show. I don't want to do it. I don't want these people in my business. I don't know if he got other stuff going on that he don't want on TV, but Gerald is doing everything to not be seen. Now, Shamia, if you can't show your life, get up out of here. Portia's Mystic event, everyone else is there. Kay Michelle and her husband, Drew Sidora. Drew didn't go. Remember Kay said that about Giselle. Did Drew get a package, y'all? If she did, I can't remember. Drew shows up with Black, who they claimed she was dating last year. She lied and said, I don't know that man. I ain't dating him. She shows up with him on the phone. Cynthia shows up. Cynthia had a little vignette watching the season, previewing the season with her ponytail, and then said, what else is going on? Cynthia still looked good. She did something in her lip look a little big, but Cynthia's beautiful. Cheekbones, the whole thing. So everyone is there except for old tacky Pinky and her friend Shamia. Something else is going on there, y'all. So they show up to Portia's house. And another thing, Shamia and Pinky had been drinking before the event. I'm not gonna get on y'all about that, but here's what I will get on y'all about. Everyone's at the table, fellowshipping, talking to each other, getting to know each other. Hey, Michelle, I'm glad you feel that you're receiving a warm welcome. I think that's really nice. And she's saying she got kind of battered by the women over on Love and Hip Hop, even though she was battering them back. But should be, I think they were either eating or playing some kind of game. Portia, because production thinks she is a sex kitten, any game they have is going to be all questions about people's personal, private, sexual business, and that's what they're asking questions about. I can't even remember details, y'all, because Portia, this is a little tired. We're 17 seasons in. Are you going to give us anything else? Are you going to give us anything else? I don't know if she thinks she has the capacity to, but honestly, I'm disappointed in Portia because I think she can give us more and she just doesn't. She has brought Ready to Love Mike there, y'all. He's an actor on Tubi. He has been in other Country Wayne skits and all kind of stuff. Oh, Big Head Mike. Nice looking, but just kind of overgrown. I don't. He left with Shay first season, and I think he chose Shay because he felt like she was more aesthetically pleasing to him as a couple. Because remember, there was another, the beautiful dark skinned lady, kind of put you in the mind of Shamia. And this lady, she was everybody's second for some reason on Ready to Love because I watched that season. And Mike and Shay, when they had the couples trip, they kind of fell out a little bit because Mike had kept all his options open for more camera time. That's who Portia come bringing up in here, acting like they've been dating. And I feel like I've seen Mike before. Did someone else introduce Portia to him also? But Portia, I don't like this. Y'all used to drag Kenya the heck and back about this Walter and fake boyfriends and all this kind of stuff. So are you doing a Stacy TJ? Because Portia, you bad. You could come alone. You don't have to have. And Mike doesn't, to me, doesn't have a personality. So why is he here? Why is Mike here? But he's there. He's at the table. Charles and Angela are there. K. Michelle sits next to Charles and they start dragging. Charles is like, where is the rest of SWB? Y'all, the rest of SWB is Shamia because Drew is a singer. K. Michelle is a singer. I answered my own question. I said, Drew didn't go. Drew did go. Drew had a confessional where she talked about K. Michelle. Drew says, "Oh, Kay Michelle, I think she's a singer. Is she still a singer?" I don't know if she was sipping something or not, but she was being real silly. Good to see you, Mama Bees, one of my moderators. I'm free to move about the cabin, so I have repeatedly apologized for the connectivity issues, being in and out, and being on a device that I'm not really sure about. But thank you so much for joining during the live. I'm just giving really opinion and kind of a quick review, but I'm at the Portia Mystic event where Kay Michelle has sat next to Charles and they're getting ready to get started. Charles looking for the other member of SWV, which is Shamia. And Drew started with Kay Michelle. Does she sing? Does she? You know Kay Michelle is a singer. If you're a singer, Drew, and you're a singer, I won't take that from you. You're mainly known as an actress, but you're a singer. You had a successful extended prod. Is that what EP stands for? Extended play. Maybe 4 or 6 songs. And part of her storyline was that she was working with Dennis. Portia didn't want her to, but for some reason she wants to drag K Michelle a little bit. So she kind of poked K Michelle. K Michelle gonna pull out a bazooka. So that's another reason why I don't believe poor little K Michelle going, them girls were so mean. K Michelle, you got a slick mouth. And your tongue, you got razors in your mouth and you don't play. So Drew, I don't want to hear nothing when she start dragging you. But Charles is asking where the rest of SWV is, and K Michelle is taking it there. Nah, she said, no, I'm a singer. I don't know about the rest of them. You got to be successful at it because Shamia too, y'all. Another thing Shamia told us, Gerald has put 6 figures into this lady's business. Y'all, she didn't hold my attention in that scene with Kelly because I also forgot to mention after the Grenada trip, production's still trying. Shamia, you may not need this cloak. Production shows us that Gerald has spent 6 figures on her singing career, and this woman now has a rum company from when they went to Grenada. And Kelly's like, does that mean we get to go every year? Y'all, they just shimmying, shake, shattling, rattling, rolling, all this kind of stuff. These two are a mess. These two are a lot for a friend. A lot of times, opposites attract, not just relationships, but friendships as well. And having a friend like that would drive me crazy. I like extroverted people, people that go over the top, because I am calm. I'm chill. I like to relax. I'm on my business. Now I'm nosy and I have an excellent memory, but I'm not gonna tell all your business, but I see what's up. So I don't really see Kelly and Shamia as being compatible as friends, but they claim they BFFs, y'all. They BFFs. So she now has a rum company. Tom's still waiting on her to show up. Angela's sitting there kind of laughing. She's letting Charles just kind of bond with K Michelle. Angela, I like when wives can do that because some wives, if you're talking to their husband, they looking around and heads on a swivel and they going crazy. But Charles is comfortable in his marriage and At least K Michelle not sitting up there talking about she gonna up F him. Hey, Portia. So we're waiting for Pinky and Shamia to show up. Gerald has been diverted to Charlotte. To his relief, he didn't want to come. And Pinky and Shamia show up. Y'all, they come in Portia's house. She didn't rent the vault or anything like that, like Angela did. She's in her beautiful home. Kelly keeps calling it Simon home. Now, Kelly, when Portia get on you, we don't want to hear that either. They come into Portia's foyer. Portia keeps a beautiful home. They were drinking before they got there. I feel like there were people at the door still with champagne, or maybe they came in with their champagne glasses. They were sloshing on this lady's floor. And Shamia's like, "Oh, you're losing your drink." They're sitting up here laughing, y'all. I found that kind of disgusting. I probably, no, I wouldn't ask them to leave. Because again, Portia probably didn't want to invite her, but production had her invite her. And then she said she can be civil and they are working together. So Jamia and Pinky come in spilling champagne in Portia's house, y'all. I felt this was kind of disgusting. So they come in. Pinky looks terrible. Pinky's poorly dressed. Her husband comes in with her. I don't like her husband. Now, some people say he's a bum. I don't know that he's a bum. I heard he has a business as well. So, okay, he has a successful restaurant business as well. That's good. We found out they had 3 babies and within 3 years. Okay, Pinky. They come in, they sit down. I don't know if they're still playing this X game or not. I'm not sure. But they start to go back and forth because Drew wants to know from Shabia, where is Gerald? And Shamia's like, well, just like your man's in the phone. And then again, y'all, Cynthia had a phone with her boyfriend, LaPrince's kind of dreads on it. And I think his country's flag. He's black, but he's from Belgium. So they are all sitting at the table. Drew, for some reason, has started to kind of grill Shamia about where Gerald is. And then Cynthia gives a confessional. Cynthia's loving her friend Dove Rose. She's laughing. I don't know what Drew asking about Gerald for. Gerald never shows up. He's not going to be here. But her and Shamia start to get into it a little bit like that. Kay Michelle, for some reason, she's this new delicate flower. I can't take this. And she gets up and walks out. So the men have gotten up, gone to get cigars. So Kay Michelle goes out with them. And I'm sorry, I got to switch off one more moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that happened, they pretend to grill Mike. So they introduce, how long have y'all known each other? That was part of the questions. How long have y'all known each other? I can't remember how long they known each other. Portia actually is dating, as we all know. She's in a same-sex relationship with the other lady was booked, Ty, the one that the one that kind of is on Basketball Wives and all these, well, Atlanta too. So Ty's book, we have someone new called Sway. So of course she's around with Sway, but she's brought Mike to this party. Portia, why you didn't bring Sway? I think Sway is coming in next episode. Her and Mike lie about how long they've known each other, all kind of stuff. Yeah, this is very disinteresting. If you're going to choose an actor, Portia, choose a real actor. I forgot to even mention Kelly's date. Somebody called Trey. They said he's on the outskirts of any type of event that's happening. So he's one of these standby casting that they have available in Atlanta. So that's another reason why this episode, I'll tell you now, I'll give it a 7. And most of it is because I'm glad to see all the peaches back. I'm glad to see our new peach, K. Michelle, and kind of how she's going to fit in. I'll disclose, I don't like Pinky Cole. I'll give her a chance, but what I've seen so far, I don't like her. This was kind of a mess. They started getting into it at dinner. K. Michelle got up and ran out. Angela goes out there after her and wants her to come back. Angela, she's doing production's bidding. Okay, we haven't finished working yet. This is a scene, so come back in here. She comes back in there. And that was the end of the episode. I'll give it a 7. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. And let me click off one more second. Oh, FaceTime. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to click back to my notes. I forgotten a couple of things. There's another feud going on. Remember, at the end of the reunion in New York last season, Phaedra and Angela had gotten into it. That man came, and what if the someone named Angela's husband is cheating? So we this whole Junebug thing and this foolishness. Phaedra and her are into it about that. A Hawks game is mentioned. Phaedra lies and said Angela told us that someone approached her, and Phaedra lies and said, "Well, I had the tape pulled." Production asked her, "Did you get the tapes pulled?" And she said, "She just said I got the tapes pulled." Well, no, I have capacity to pull the tape. Some kind of Phaedraism that she said. Now, Phaedra, you stealing your check, you and Porsha. So this is kind of annoying, y'all. Forget that 7 I just gave it. I'm gonna drop them down to a 6 because I don't like this fake foolishness that Porsha is doing. Porsha, other than Aiden, I remember last season, Mr. President or Dylan, he had a fashion show. Aiden had a party where he gave a little speech. We love to see it, but Phaedra, what are you bringing? What are you bringing, Phaedra? What are you bringing? So I'm going to give it a 6. They get into it. Angela and Phaedra. We catch Phaedra in another lie. Surprise, surprise. And that was the end of the episode. I feel like I'm leaving some stuff out, but if I am, and I honestly, it wasn't that important. This episode was just meh. I'm glad to see K Michelle. I don't care for Pinky Cole, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'll get to drag her a little bit because Pinky, when she was popping her collar, I loved all the stuff she was saying about Fortune 500 Black Enterprise. Bah, bah, bah. I love when Black women are able to do that and pop their collar, but some of it I don't believe, Pinky. You may have all these accolades, but why are you sitting up here broke? Why is Slutty Vegan sitting up here broke? So let me see if there's one more thing. And I apologize for off and on. Let's see, Kelly. Mike, thanks people for coming. Okay, sorry about that. Mike from Ready to Love. I should have deducted another point because Portia, that's trifling. We don't know this man. If you're going to bring the person you're dating, it should have been Sway. Because And y'all, I feel like this connectivity issues are getting ready to get me again. So I'm gonna go live again. I may have to reschedule Real Housewives of Rhode Island, but I will go live again before we are back at sea because I feel like that's the best thing to do. But again, I'm glad the peaches are back. I'm gonna stick with them this season. Gonna stick beside my new peaches, except Pinky. I'm gonna pick somebody that I don't care for, Pinky, and I'm gonna do that right now. Hey Michelle, she doesn't really need a cloak, but she can have it. Season 17, y'all better bring it because I'm really kind of disappointed. Kelly, your little hobbit, you needed to step for your daughter Chloe. Don't let anybody bring her a bunch of nasty gifts and act like it's something cute. Shamia, if Gerald's not gonna be there, these two sweet little girls and those smiles, that's not enough. Did y'all see Shamia's mom in those pictures? She was looking like Wendy's mom. I don't know what she did. That foundation is too light, Miss Sharon. Don't do that anymore. But again, Sandra P is free to move about the cabin. I was trying to show you behind me. We are docked next to the Dream, but I can't really see it. I'm at a place where the sun's right in my face. And I will see you in the YouTube streets. Thank you so much. We'll leave this up. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Thank you, Cece. All right, everybody.
I don't think that he's good for you.